Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make this personalized star map. I am making this for a friend's wedding this Saturday. The star map will show the stars for their exact location and time of their wedding ceremony. As you can see, there's not a lot of material needed to create this. Just some black and white cardstock, a large frame, a printer, and of course your Cricut machine. Shotzi always helps. First, we will need to figure out the longitude and latitude coordinates for the location we want the star map to represent. Go to this website that I have linked below in the description. This is the address for the wedding ceremony. I'm going to copy and paste this into the address box on the coordinates website. Click Find to see the longitude and latitude. Now you can see on the map the location. I'm just choosing the correct one. You can see my latitude 36, longitude -94. And then you scroll down, you can see the GPS coordinates. That includes the north and west. This will be important for the next step. Next, I'm going to open up the star map website. I have this link below in the description. You scroll down and see all these options that you can choose, but you really only need to adjust a few of them. You'll want to make sure and have the correct date and time in. Now this time is in military time. Now you want to make sure and click the little bubble that says Universal Time. Now I'm going to go down to my latitude, longitude. I'm just going to copy and paste that from the previous website. Now this is where the north, south, east, west comes into play. If you go back to your coordinates website, you can see it says 36 north, 94 west. So I'm going to go back and just make sure I have the right bubble checked for each. Now you can kind of play around from here with the different options. I'm just leaving it all blank just so I can get the stars. I choose white on black background. And then I want to update to see my star map. So there it is. You can see at the top of the page it says the sky above for those coordinates on that date and time. I want to scroll down, just double check, make sure everything went through right. Now for some reason I have to change it to west again, and then I update it, and then it's saved this time, but for whatever reason I had to do that twice. So now I'm going to right click on the star map, save image as. Now it's saved to my desktop. I can open it and use it however I want. Next, we are going to print our star map. I used Word. I tried to do this in Design Space, but you can only cut up to a certain, I think it was like 8.5 by under 7 inches. And that's just not going to work for this since we want the star map to be as big as possible. So what I do, I'm just going to insert it into my Word as a regular photo. You can see the margins are pretty big, so it's cutting my image off, or not letting me enlarge it as much as I want to. So I go to Layout, Margins, And now it's set to normal right now, but I'm gonna go down to custom margins. I'm gonna change all of those to 0 just to get them as small as I can. Word will automatically update it. Since it can't do 0 margin, it has to do something, so it will just update it to the smallest margins that it can. Now you can see I have much more room to make my star back bigger. Now that it's ready to print, we will print on my Epson XP420 printer. Okay, I've taken apart my frame. This is the backing to it, the 12x16 poster. I'm going to lay that over my black poster that I got for this. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's going to be my backing that actually holds the star map and the names and everything on it. So to size this, I just taped the actual poster that came with the frame, and I'm just cutting it out to size. That was just a little big. I'm going to just trim it down a little bit more. Now I'm going to cut out my star map just with regular scissors. I'm going to cut along the edge of it. I'm marking a little X at the top so I remember which is north and which is south. Now I'm going to measure the star mat so I can make the ring that goes around it. In Cricut Design Space, choose the shapes and circle. You're going to want to duplicate that or just add another circle inside of it. Size it to your needs, and then we will use the slice option on the bottom right hand side to get the middle part of that circle out. So we will just be left with the outside ring. Next, you will remove the inner circle so you are left with only the outside ring. Now we are ready to cut. I'm going to load my white cardstock onto my mat and load it into my Cricut Air 2. Now I'm cutting on cardstock. On all cardstock, I usually cut on just the regular one, or if it's a little bit thicker, I will do the notch up. So cardstock plus, that is the notch in between cardstock and fabric. So I'm gonna peel that carefully off of my mat. And I like to peel my mats back and lay the paper down and kind of peel the mat off of it so I don't ever rip the paper. So back in Cricut Design Space, we are ready to make the bottom portion of the star mat that has the name and dates. Okay, I've added a square shape in. Now I'm going to unlock that and drag that out to a rectangle shape. I'm going to duplicate it to get a second box, and then I'm going to change that to a different color so my Cricut knows that to not cut that on the same mat. It needs to be cut in white cardstock, not black. This is going to be the backing to the cardstock that has our names and date on it. So I'm just going to get it sized to where it looks like an appropriate border for the black cardstock and move that out of the way. So now I'm going to go to my text and start adding my text in. Now you guys can do whatever saying you want, use whatever font. You guys can be totally creative with this. This is a font that I downloaded from the font. As you can see, the lettering is spaced out, so what I'm going to do is ungroup that. And then I'm going to drag the letters closer to each other to where they touch. Now that last S is kind of funky, so I had to rotate it a little to where it matched up. Now I'm going to select that entire word and weld the letters back together so they cut as a single fluid word, not as individual letters. I'm going to do that to each word, and then I'm going to drag them closer together. And I'm going to select it all and attach them together. So now you can move them around, they'll stay there just like that. You can even unlock it and readjust the sizing however you wish. Now I'm just adding in the rest of the text. I want it to be a different font so it sticks out from under these stars. Now I'm just going to add in the rest of my text and move it around so that it looks right. Now whenever you add text in, it automatically sets it to a cut, as if you would be cutting vinyl, but you want to actually go up here, click print, so it'll make sure it knows to print these. And you can see the little icon changes when I do click that, from a little scissor icon to a print icon. So I can easily see what all on my menu is going to be cutting and what is going to be printing. Now that your first text is set to print, you can duplicate that for your additional text that you're adding in. It should have all the same settings as the one that you just changed to print. Now I'm just kind of adjusting these and sizing them to how I think they look good. Now sometimes I will center this with the little hash marks, and then I'll just kind of try to place the rest of them by where I think the center line is going to fall. I'm just adding in the last little bit of details, getting them sized up how I want. Now here I thought that there was a little blank space in the middle. Even once I got it all sized up, I just felt like something was missing there. So I'm going to add a little moon in. Now this is going to be a SVG. All I do is Google moon SVG. It's going to give me an SVG photo that I can upload right into my design space. I won't have to do any sort of like contouring or anything like that with it. So I just come back over to my Cricut Design Space. I'm going to upload that image I just saved to my computer. And there it is. Save your new image, click on it, and add it into your space. Now I'm going to size it down to where it fits just right in that center spot. Now of course I've just added this in. It's set to cut on my machine. So I'm going to have to go up and change it to print, and in the color that I want it to print in. So now that we have all of our text ready to go, we want to attach it to the back, the black cardstock that we are going to want to print on. We want this to be print and cut, so it prints just like that. It'll cut that exact rectangle out around it. So I'm going to highlight it all, and then I'm going to choose flatten on the bottom right hand side. Now you can see this has flattened it into a single print and cut image. Now we are ready to make the rest of our project. Okay, so now that we are ready to continue on with our project, you will see the first option pop up to print. You're going to want to send this to your printer. Now I'm printing on cardstock. I did the same for the actual star map too. I think it just looks better than regular paper, especially when you're trying to make something, nice. Now we are loading our cardstock onto our mat and putting that into our Cricut Air 2. Now since this is a print and cut, our Cricut is going to use a little light to shine down onto the black line that is around the box. And that line is not going to be a part of the cut. It is there solely as a guide for the Cricut, so it knows exactly where to cut. So now that it's scanned the corners, it is going to start the cut. I wanted to leave this part of the video in real time in case there are people out there that don't have a Cricut yet and that are considering one. You can see this portion of the video is in real time, so I'm not speeding it up. That is actually how fast or slow if you think the Cricut goes. Now that we have our black cardstock printed and cut, we are ready to cut the white backing to it. Now this video is also in real time. Ready to go and to be added to the black backing. Now I'm using this spray adhesive from Hobby Lobby, but you can use glue sticks or regular glue, whatever you want. I just think this works the best and it lasts a long time. You really don't need that much to make it just super sticky, and it just covers it evenly. You don't have any of the weird streaking as if I was using a regular glue stick. Now every time before I spray a new piece, I'm just putting down a clean piece of paper so this doesn't stick to the trash bag that I'm gluing on top of. I just want to give a quick shout out to a few of my Facebook groups. I shared this on Cricut Design Space and Off the Mat on Facebook, and you guys have just been so super nice, and it's really encouraged me to do this next video. So I hope you guys like it, and let me know what else you guys would like to see. So here I just glued the under the stars part to the white backing, and then I glued that part onto the black backing. So pretty easy. I hope I didn't make this video look too complicated. Once you understand your Cricut and you know your way around it, it's super easy just to bust one of these projects out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of these videos, click subscribe below. I will see you soon.